This live stream is a copyright of the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Reproduction or distribution of this live stream without permission of the Tiger Sports Livestream Network is a violation of the law.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third-generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate, because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real, and Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 5th Avenue, Grinnell.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage.
There are a lot of great reasons to make Medicap Pharmacy in Grinnell your pharmacy. Hi, this is Jennifer Stallman, and if you are like me, you have a busy schedule. So why wait around to get a prescription filled? At Medicap Pharmacy, we can call or text you when your prescriptions are ready. It's a free service that is available on request for any of our customers. Of course, we also have a convenient drive-through, free weekday deliveries, and free mail-outs as well. Just another great reason to make Medicap Pharmacy your pharmacy on Highway 6 West, Grinnell.
Since 1999, Grinnell Newburgh Dollars for Scholars has raised scholarship money for our graduating seniors. To date, we have awarded 1,820 scholarships to GHS graduates. We need you to be a part of our scholarship community, be a part of our GHS graduates' futures, and be a part of Grinnell Newburgh Dollars for Scholars. Please consider sponsoring a senior scholarship. Go Tigers!
Question: why did you decide to run for House?
Not the first time I've been asked that, but a good question. Why did I decide to run for the House? A long time ago, like many of us in Powesheik County, I took a Powesheik leadership program. We had a chance to be at Des Moines at the Capitol, and I really enjoyed thinking about both sides of an issue. That's really where it started. We were talking about a gas tax for electrical vehicles, and really wanted to think of it on both sides of the aisle and really come to a compromise and come to the middle. So after I had a little taste of that, I was kind of excited, but there's a lot more than just, that sounds like a great opportunity to give back to the state. What do I do? Met with some people in the county. How do we do this? And then it was actually the current minority leader of the House, Jennifer Confirst, who's the one who had several conversations with me and really encouraged me to run, but to run twice. So ran in 2020 and then running again today, this year. And then the other thing was definitely chaired a lot of school bond issues over the past because I really believe in public schools. And I really didn't feel like they were structured fairly for our rural school districts, so wanted to be a voice, especially if someone's really seen from the other side of that, of how unfair it is to especially our farmers when we talk about new facilities for our schools.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate. Because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real. And Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 5th Avenue, Grinnell.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage.
There are a lot of great reasons to make Medicap Pharmacy in Grinnell your pharmacy. Hi, this is Jennifer Stallman, and if you are like me, you have a busy schedule. So why wait around to get a prescription filled? At Medicap Pharmacy, we can call or text you when your prescriptions are ready. It's a free service that is available on request for any of our customers. Of course, we also have a convenient drive-through, free weekday deliveries, and free mail-outs as well. Just another great reason to make Medicap Pharmacy your pharmacy on Highway 6 West, Grinnell.
Since 1999, Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars has raised scholarship money for our graduating seniors. To date, we have awarded 1,820 scholarships to GHS graduates. We need you to be a part of our scholarship community, be a part of our GHS graduates' futures, and be a part of Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars. Please consider sponsoring a senior scholarship. Go Tigers!
Good evening and welcome to the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. We are up and around a lot earlier than we normally are. We had some equipment things that we had to test out tonight. So welcome to the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network, our Grinnell Varsity volleyball game. We were just told that it'll be 7:15 before our actual volleyball game starts. So we want to give you a shout out to all those who joined in early, watched the JV game. That's something that we normally don't do without a little commentary or a heads up beforehand, but we ran our commercials. Thank you to our sponsors, Polly's Pizza, West Finch Auto Plaza, Grinnell Mutual, Ramsey Weeks Insurance, and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, ASI Signs, Medicap Pharmacy, and Sarah Smith, the house. Also, when we give a shout out, you'll notice our business card sponsors rolling down there in the corner. So give a shout out to all those that are on there. And our scoreboard this year is sponsored by Kurt's Collision Center. So a shout out to Kurt's Collision Center, Greg Heinzman for that. The ones that we've missed on commercials, so Turnkey Realty, Mayflower Community Homes, Ramsey Weeks, and Grinnell Firestone. So again, thank you to all those sponsors, along with those who run commercials on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. We will be back in about 15 minutes, and we'll go live on air. Chris Juni is our play-by-play guy tonight, so we'll be starting that back up, and we'll have the team lineups, and we'll go through that. So again, thank you for joining the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate. Because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real. And Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 5th Avenue, Grinnell.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage.
There are a lot of great reasons to make Medicap Pharmacy in Grinnell your pharmacy. Hi, this is Jennifer Stallman, and if you are like me, you have a busy schedule. So why wait around to get a prescription filled? At Medicap Pharmacy, we can call or text you when your prescriptions are ready. It's a free service that is available on request for any of our customers. Of course, we also have a convenient drive-through, free weekday deliveries, and free mail-outs as well. Just another great reason to make Medicap Pharmacy your pharmacy on Highway 6 West, Grinnell.
Since 1999, Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars has raised scholarship money for our graduating seniors. To date, we have awarded 1,820 scholarships to GHS graduates. We need you to be a part of our scholarship community, be a part of our GHS graduates' futures, and be a part of Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars. Please consider sponsoring a senior scholarship. Go Tigers!
Let's tag on to that. So you're a proponent of public schools.
Definitely.
How will you support public schools going forward?
Yeah, the biggest thing right now that we hear about is I want to get back to our teachers. Our teachers have been under attack lately, I feel, and I just want to support them. They work very hard. You can't tell me you didn't have a teacher that meant a lot in your life. I certainly had many of those. And so I want to make sure they have appropriate wages. They're receiving the funds that they need to keep our schools strong here in Poweshiek County and Tama County.
Well, I know that education's always high on people's lists, but you can't just run for office and say, I'm all here about education. Right. We're glad for that, but what are your other key stances?
Yeah, this time, my key stances are based off of what I heard from people, talking with people, spent the last couple years having coffee with people, meeting people in larger groups, smaller groups, and what I heard was those other things that are my key stances are working families, in general, making sure we have good daycare facilities in the area, in the state, making sure that we have good paying jobs. I heard that from employers as well, that they need workforce. And then, not surprising, coming off of some COVID years, making sure we have good paid leave for our employees as well in the state of Iowa. Also, I heard a lot about keeping women's healthcare strong and vibrant in our rural communities, especially making sure we have maternity care for rural Iowa. There's so few smaller hospitals that still have maternity care, so making sure that we keep that in the area. Gun ownership was a big thing as well. I definitely support an individual to own a gun, and through some background checks and through some safety protocols to own a gun, make sure we're all keeping safe. And the last thing I heard from a lot of farmers about really, of course, they believe in taking care of their land and in land stewardship, but right now the current tax, if they take it out of production and into more conservation efforts, then it's not taxed at the same rate, and that is truly unfair. So I want to be a voice for those farmers as well, and making sure we're all doing right and really working on stewardship of our land, but also making sure it's fair at the same time.
Well. The Tiger Sports live stream network is brought to you by Polly's Pizza, West Finch Auto Plaza, Grinnell Mutual, Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, ASI Signs, Medicap Pharmacy, and Sarah Smith the House. Also a shout out to our business card sponsors, ASI Signs, Turnkey Realty, Mayflower Community Homes, Kurtz Collision Center, Polly's Pizza, West Finch Auto Plaza, Medicap Pharmacy, Grinnell Mutual, Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, and Grinnell Firestone. So thank you very much to all those sponsors. Plus, we always got to give a shout out to Kurtz Collision Center up there sponsoring our scoreboard for all season, all sports. So thank you to them. Special night tonight. We're back. It's been 2 weeks off. Chris Juni's in the booth with me tonight. He has the call.
All right.
What is our call, June?
Calling a good volleyball match tonight, and hopefully. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tiger Sports Live Stream Network and Grinnell Tiger Volleyball. On YouTube. Chris Juni along with you, as Dan said, glad to have you along on this Tuesday night. And another Little Hawkeye Conference foe for the Tigers. They've competed twice against the Little Hawkeye Conference foe, and interesting enough, they lost both, but by scores of 3-1. So the Tigers are showing they can play. They lost to Dallas Center Grimes in the game you heard 2 weeks ago, and then they here at Grinnell Gymnasium, and then they lost to Pella Christian a few days later. So now the Indianola Indians come to town. And they are sitting pretty nice in the Little Hawkeye Conference. Although they are in third place, they are 1-1 in the conference. You say, well, who beat Indianola? None other than Dallas Center Grimes. The Mustangs beat them in 5 sets just last week. But leading the conference is Norwalk. They're 2-0 in the conference, 8-3 overall. DCG, Dallas Center Grimes, is in second. They are 1-0 in the conference and 6-4 overall. Indianola is in third place. Again, this is based upon the conference record, not the overall. Indianola, 14-2 overall, 875 winning percentage. And they have played teams like Southeast Polk, Urbandale, Valley, West Des Moines Valley, and others. Matter of fact, they beat all those teams except they played Waukee Northwest, one of the new Waukee schools, and they got beat there 2-0. But still, very competitive, and Indianola just always brings a good, talented outfit here, and we'll see that here shortly. And then next up is Oskaloosa. In fourth place, 1-1 overall, 10-7 in the 1-1 in the conference, 10-7 overall. Winners of 3 straight. The Dutch, Pella, are the next team in line. They are 1-1 in the conference, 6-6 overall, but they have lost 2 coming in. Then, of course, there's the Grinnell Tigers, 0-2 in the conference, 6-7 overall. Then Pella Christian, 0-1 in the conference, 4-5 overall. Then Newton, 0-2 in the conference, and 3-7 overall. As you said, Indianola, the last 5 games. They played Valley West Des Moines, 1-2 in a tournament. Played Cedar Rapids Jefferson, 1-2. Played Urbandale, 1-2. Played Council Bluffs Lincoln, 2-0. All those are 4A and 5A schools, by the way. They did lose to Waukee Northwest, 2-0, but then they defeated Oskaloosa 2-0. By contrast, the Tigers, coming off a win, they defeated Green Mountain Garwin. They beat them 2-1. Lost to South Tama for a second time, 2-1. Beat BGM 2-0, lost to Belle Plaine 2-0, and then defeated Collins Maxwell 2-0. Now, the Indianola Indians coming in are led by sophomore right side hitter Aspen Nelson. She's only 5'7", but again, don't let height fool you. Yes, height helps, But she leads the team with kills in 148. She's tied for first place in the conference overall, conference record only, in kills with 148. Now, who sets those to her? Tori Runyon, their junior setter. She has 319 assists on the year. That is leading the Little Hawkeye Conference. Their defensive specialist libero is Bryn Bishop, a 5'7" junior. She has 126 digs and a point to keep track of. She is second in the conference with service aces at 27 service aces on the season. So that's something to keep an eye on when Bryn Bishop is serving. And then another person they have is middle blocker Kaylee Peters, a 5'11" senior. She has 22 blocks, which is good for third in the conference. Grinnell Tigers are led in hitting by Kenzie McKellen, 5'9" sophomore outside hitter, has 65 kills despite missing the Dallas Center Grimes game due to a concussion. Kennedy Stewart, the junior libero, 5'3", she has 92 digs. Bailey Strovers, a senior middle hitter, is 5'10". She also has 22 blocks, so she is right there with the Indianola Indian middle blocker at 22. And Ashley Hollingsworth, a setter and right side senior, 168 assists, and she herself has 21 service aces. So gives you a little bit of a background on the teams tonight that we have featured. And again, we're about 3 or 4 minutes away here from tip-off. They're going to introduce the teams. They'll have the national anthem, and then we'll be playing ball. Before we get to that, though, I do want to go over some terms you'll see in volleyball that make volleyball a unique sport. One of those terms is, I erroneously reported a few games ago that each individual game is a set, or rather is a game. It is not. A match consists of the best 3 out of 5 sets. Each individual game is called a set. They play to 25. You have to win by 2. It's called rally scoring, which means that every time there's a ball in play, there's a point, whether it's to the defense or to the offense. When volleyball was first introduced, the only way you would get points is if you were on offense. In other words, you were serving the ball. As you can imagine, that didn't last very long. The powers that be decided, yeah, we better go to rally scoring, so now every point or every ball in the air, a point potential exists for either the offense or the defense. Other terms you'll hear is when a ball is serve-received by a person from the back row or wherever. When they bump it up, it's called a bump or a pass. And the idea is to bump the ball or pass it to the setter, and then the setter will will set it towards one of the hitters so they can do what they do, which is hit the ball. So that's kind of a term for that. Now, most sets you see go up way high in the air to allow the hitter to go up and meet the ball at the top of its jump and get on top of the ball and swing down through and snap the wrist through so the ball goes down and not be long and go out of bounds. There is such a thing called a short set, usually done to the middle player where the setter will do a short little pop-up just above the net. And again, the timing has to be such that the middle player has to go up and react quickly. And the reason teams do that is so that the defense does not have time to get set. Because what teams do, everybody blocks, but if you have a really good hitter, or some teams have just one really exceptional hitter that they seem to go to all the time, the team on defense will always roll or rotate not just one but 2. I've even seen sometimes 3 players get rotated over to block that player's shot. So, in effect, the other team says, we acknowledge that this player, let's say number 15, is your best hitter. We're going to put 2 blockers or sometimes 3, and somebody else's. You have to get set to somebody else to have you beat us. So, just a strategy there to keep an eye out on. Other things you'll see called there's net violations, out of bounds, and other things which you probably know and are aware of, but very unique in volleyball in that every point is scored by a mistake from somebody. Either a player mishit the ball or the ball hit the ground, player, whatever, a service ace and the other team couldn't get to it, but it's on a mistake, and you have to flush it because literally you have about 5 or 6 seconds before the ball is blown ready for play and the next serve is coming. So as a volleyball player, very mentally tough, and I realize mental toughness is part of all sports, but in volleyball it's very unique because there's 25 points a game. Potentially you could win 25-23. That's 48 points. So that's 48 mistakes that you have to forget and flush and move on if you're a player and as a coach. So we will see how that pans out with other teams. As you said, Tiger Volleyball on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Glad to be back after a 2-week break. And this Friday, of course, we have a home football game. The Tigers host the North Polk team. They're coming out to TT Cranny, and we'll have that game for you on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Kickoff right around 7:30. We'll take the air sometime after 7 o'clock. Myself and Dan Walker on the call for that one. So again, many thanks to our fine sponsors that you see on your screen and that we'll talk about and you'll see during breaks. And we appreciate them for stepping up. And if you do patron them, tell them that you appreciate them sponsoring the Tiger Sports Livestream Network so we can continue to bring live stream Tiger Sports to your home at your convenience. So as you can see, the teams are done warming up, and we're just about set. They're going to do the introductions. Not really starting lineups, I was told. They're just going to do some introduce each roster member on the team, and then they are going to do the national anthem, and they'll be ready for volleyball. A couple other stats here to pass along to you that we have here. As we said, Little Hawkeye Conference, Norwalk leading the conference at 2-0. They are 8-3 overall. Now, again, this is strictly by conference record. If you go by overall percentage, Indianola would be leading the conference by a wide margin. They are 14-2 overall, 1-1 in the conference, having lost to Dallas Center Grimes. So, and I believe Dallas Center Grimes and Norwalk are playing tonight, so that'll be a game of interest to the Little Hawkeye Conference fans as the players being introduced are tossing up mini volleyballs to the crowd. Always a popular souvenir with kids. Maybe not so much as parents because those balls get thrown everywhere by their young ones, but still very good to see that happening here at Tiger Gymnasium. Again, first of our two broadcasts this week, Tiger football coming up on Friday. We have North Polk. Also want to give a shout out and mention too, come on out early because there's a Band Boosters barbecue going on Friday. And that supports the band and all the things they do. And many fine folks help put that together, donation of food and other items. And Dan, maybe you can talk about that. Always a great night, a great tradition here in Grinnell. The Band Boosters Pork Barbecue. It's been going on since as long as I can remember. I don't know. I don't want to put a year to it, but it's been going on quite a while.
Yeah, you know, I've been in Grinnell since '96. That's when we moved to town. And ever since I've come, it's always been a tradition. And, you know, they try to always hit that second home football game and get everything rolling. And it's really nice for those who are coming from out of town. They get quite a few patrons of people that, you know, it goes both directions. So it's one night that the athletic boosters don't get as much, but we fill everyone's stomach up right when they walk in the door because you walk right by it as you're going up to the main entrance. So, you know, a shout out to our boosters for the band because that's one thing we always kind of feel bad about. A lot of the music's all copyrighted that we cannot show what goes on at halftime with our band. Levi Dressler does a incredible job with that high school band, and he's not the only one. There's a lot of people that fill in the spots and make things work. I know that the middle school band teachers come up and they help out too, so it's a full function of what goes on there. So we're going to take a pause and we're going to play the national anthem and we'll be right back. All right, national anthem taken care of. Players are getting ready. Referees are in position. We're about set for Little Hawkeye Conference Volleyball on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network on YouTube. Chris Juni, Dan Walker with you here on this Tuesday night. Glad to have you along. And Tigers certainly facing a tough task. They are aware. I was talking to some players beforehand. They know exactly who they're up against. Indianola, never mind the size difference, you know, obviously bigger than Grinnell. But just the record and everything. But, you know, as a competitor, I would tell when I coached basketball, we were facing a team like that. We said, hey, let's throw the ball out there and see what happens because it always starts 0-0. You know, just
compete. I'm sure Coach Rachel Stenzer is like, just compete. Don't just show up and let them roll over you and get out of here. Compete, dig, and, make it tough and show them that, hey, you mean business. They did that against Dallas Center Grimes before they kind of ran out of gas a little bit, as we talked about. They won that first set. I think shocked everybody in the building. Maybe not themselves, but certainly Dallas Center Grimes got a wake-up call. And Dallas Center Grimes went on to win that one 3-1. But still, Tigers, they are capable. They have shown flashes that they can hang with just about anybody. And certainly this will be their toughest test to date. As good as Dallas Center Grimes was, although I say that, and Dallas Center Grimes has beat Indianola, still, though, I would think most people, if you would ask in the conference, would recognize Indianola is definitely one of the top 1 or 2 teams, them and Norwalk in the conference.
I think of what we've seen so far this year is anytime someone walks in the building, you see a different game, and we see different talents. You don't know who was hurt early in the week, who got to practice all week. So I think everyone has the opportunity to walk in the door and have a good night. Obviously, with this Indianola playing a lot of the teams around the Des Moines, so their exposure, yes, they may get beat, but they're playing top caliber teams too. So that's just a difference of who everyone's going up against. But I think, just like you said, it's going to be a great night of volleyball. Put everything out there. I do have to say, my flashback, there was something special about this band barbecue. So this year, I don't know if they've done it every year, but they have a vegan special, which I'm not vegan, but it's a barbecue portobello mushroom sandwich. And I'm almost tempted to try it because I love mushrooms.
I'd say you sound like you're a portobello mushroom fella. So.
I love mushrooms, so that might be an option for me. But for those who don't want to come and stay at the ball game, they have carry-out options too. So look on our website. We've shared that on our Facebook and Twitter that you can get more information about that. But, again, shout out for the Band Booster Barbecue. That's a great opportunity to get out and see what's going on. Leading up to a couple weeks from now, when we have homecoming, there'll be another opportunity as a fundraiser, as our Dollars for Scholars, which is a sponsor of our programming. They have their Dog Dollar Barbecue that goes on at the right at the homecoming game, which has been absent because of COVID for the last couple of years. So that's back in action again. I talked to Shane Hart just previously, and that's going to be in full fashion. So if you're out and about for homecoming week, come to the homecoming festivities. They'll be serving up hot dogs. It's a hot dog drink and chips for an $X, and all that rolls right back into the Dollars for Scholars as we've been advertising throughout the ball game. So that's my talking. Sorry, I took away from your volleyball game, but looks like they just paused just for me so I could actually get all that out.
They did. The referee sees, she even looked up here and said, "Are you done?" Okay, thumbs up. We're ready to go. And actually what the referee is doing there, if you can see on the far side of the court there, the referee with the ball, she was talking to the Indianola coach. They have a sheet of paper that they use, and the players have to get in their lineup positions, and they have to be in the spots they're going to be in. Volleyball positions are numbered 1 through 6. And I did libero tracking the other day at a volleyball tournament, which is a new thing for me. And no, I'm not going to explain it to you because I'm still not sure I understand it. I know I did it right, but anyway, they had to check some things out, and then they subbed out to get the proper person in there. And now we are ready for volleyball. Tigers set to serve. And this match is underway. Ashley Hollingsworth with a serve, bumped up by the Indians. Set over to their outside hitter, Aspen Nelson, the super soft. And it was, they called a net violation. Either way, it was going to be a point because it was off Grinnell, but they called a net violation on Grinnell. And the Indians jump out 1-0. Again, Aspen Nelson, just a sophomore, 5'7", leads the team with 148 kills on the season. Indians set here to serve. Bryn Bishop, 27 service aces on the season so far, set to serve. And now we have a question. Another question by the official. The ground official comes over to talk to the official in the chair. I didn't see any coach approach anybody and asking something, so maybe there's a scorebook issue. Looks like there might have been a scorebook issue. No, apparently the Indianola coach, Kent Halstead, had a question on something and required an explanation. So he's been given that explanation by our floor official, so we do have a pause here. Again, maybe related to what happened in pregame, because normally the players come out, they get in their spots, the official looks at the lineup sheet, they make sure the number's in the right spot, and they say okay, and then they check both sides. And when they check Grinnell, they were fine. When they got to the Indianola side, then there's a long discussion. And again, not sure what it's about, but
has had before the game has even started, they've had 4 substitutions before they even started the first ball to fly. So I don't know if that has anything to do, and if they're just trying to mix it up so they don't know how they're going to match up.
If that is the case, then you only get a certain limited number. I know when I did the college volleyball tournament, you only get 13 substitutions per set as a team. Now it does, that's each set. It's not 13 for the whole match, but so I'm not sure if a number was put down wrong or something the scorebook alerted them to. But we are having a delay here. The first point went in, as you saw. Indianola had the kill attempt. Aspen Nelson hit it home. Number 8 for the Indians. She's here on the near side, to the right of the official, and then they stop play. So we'll just see what this is about. And well, I think they got it. I was just going to see if we may want to take a minute and salute those fine sponsors. But now the assistant coach is going down talking to players, and Coach Ken Hattelstad, now he's bringing the sub in for number 4. Dana Blake going out, and in comes Macy Wente, 5'11" outside hitter. So I don't even want to speculate, Dan. Maybe they had 15 down in the scorebook initially, and then they started 4. I'm not sure. Either way, we're set now, and here's a ready for play, and here's a serve up by the Indians. Nice serve by Bishop, dug up by the Tigers. Kill attempt by Della Smith, goes long. Again, just could not quite time the jump to get up on top of that ball and snap that wrist down and through. You just want to have an idea. Extend your arm above your head with a fist, snap it down, and then bend your wrist. That's what snapping the wrist through. There's a setup by the Tigers. Over to Smith. Can't do anything with it. Sends it over as a free ball. We'll talk about that in a minute. Back to Aspen Nelson. Nelson goes down. Her ball actually hits the line judge out of bounds. And since they're out of bounds, it is called out of bounds. It is out off the Indians' point for the Tigers. Now stepping into serve for Grinnell. I believe that is number 5, Kenzie McClellan. Again, missed the Dallas Center Grimes game with a concussion. McClellan serve up over the net, and that is in. Service ace for McClellan. Wow, and it's tied up at 2-2. Again, we talked about that, getting a quick start, playing relaxed, having fun. The pressure's on Indianola. They're supposed to walk in here, beat Grinnell 3-0, and be home early. So the pressure's on them, and Tigers can use that to their advantage. There's a serve, bump up, set by the Indians. Attempt down by Nelson. That time it goes long, out. Same thing. Nelson didn't quite get her timing down and get up on top of the ball, and she hit underneath it, caused it to go out and long. It's a point for Grinnell. The Tigers lead 3-2. Here's a serve coming from McClellan. Pass over, set to the middle hitter Kaylee Peters. It got pushed back. Fans were saying that's 2 hits, but the official said no, it was over. So we keep playing. There's a set over. There's a Tiger with a kill attempt. Bumped up nicely by the Indians. Over now to Nelson. She spikes it, blocked by Grinnell. Now set up again for the right side. Poked over with a fist and just out of the reach. Again, nice job that time by the Indians identifying a hole in the Tiger defense and putting the ball where they weren't. Indianola gets the point and the serve and is tied up at 3 apiece. When I say a free ball, that means there's no kill attempt. The ball on the third hit just goes over nice and easy, so there's no offensive strike. It's just a way to get the ball over the net. Service ace that time by the Indians. Tigers thought it was going to be long. They let it go. It bounced in. Service ace that time by number 2, Macy Lurseth, a 5'6" sophomore defensive specialist for the Indians, and they lead 4-3. Again, best 3 out of 5 sets. Played at 25, must win by 2. Bumped up by the Tigers. There's a short set to the middle, blocked by the Indians, and knocked back. A double block there. That time 2 players right there for the middle hitter. That was Greta Dodd trying to hammer it home, but met by 2 blockers right back, and the point for the Indians. I know Kaylee Peters was in on that block. I couldn't see who the other number was, but Indians were right there. There's the pass to the setter, Hollingsworth. Back over now to the outside here, Shiloh Smith. Smith's kill bumped up by Indianola. There's a quick set over. Again, that's what you got to watch out for. The setter looks like they're going to set it. Instead, they just angle their hands and they tip it over quickly before the defense gets set to a big hole. Falls home for a point for the Indians, and they have scored 4 straight and lead now 6-3. Serve up by the Indians. That time the serve, Tiger player ducks out of the way just in time, and it goes long, and a point for Grinnell. 6-4 now our score. I believe that's Bailey Strovers set to serve now for the Tigers. Serve goes up, and it is ruled out. Hard to see. She was trying to go for that back corner, just didn't quite get there. And the service error puts the ball back over to the Indians, who lead 7-4. Of course, as we've talked about, this will be the last go-around for the Tigers in the Little Hawkeye Conferences. Next year, they will start competition in the Walmart Conference. More about that later. Kill attempt by the Tigers, dug up by the Indians. Over now to the right side. Kill attempt by Overton, taken back by the Tigers. Over now from the right side. That was Della Smith, and her good idea just missed that corner. She's going for that far corner where the 2 points intersect in the rectangle. If you look at the square, they're going for one of the points. Missed it just a little high up on the side. Was out, in the point for the Indians. There's a serve long by the Indians. Indianola's third service ace, and they are second in the conference in serve percentage. I'm sure Coach Ken Halstead doesn't like to see that trend. Those are just free points given away, and Tigers get the serve and the point, and they trail 8-5. Serving now for the Tigers. That's a service ace for Grinnell. Looks like that's number 9, Isabel Hart, sophomore setter coming in. Gets a service ace, and Tigers close to 8-6. Hart with the serve. Nice low line drive bullet serve. Played up by Indianola, but that was tipped. Yes, that's what I thought. The Tigers went to play it, and Indianola, it tipped off a player and then went out of bounds. That should be a point. Grinnell, the officials saw that as well. Tigers get the point, and they have scored 2 in a row. And they now trail 8-7. Isabel Hart with a serve. Again, jump serve, that time a little long. Point to the Indians, and they get the serve back. And again, these little tiny things like that, you don't think, oh, it's just a missed serve. And both sides have done it. I'm not trying to pick on Isabel Hart, but it's just one of those things that you look back at a film and those add up pretty quickly. There's a quick set by the Tigers, but played out. Good hustle by the Indians. Kill attempt that time by Overton. Bumped up by Grinnell. Over to the right side here. Kill attempt by Hollingsworth. Bumped up by the Indians. Back row attack from Indianola. Might have been out, but played by the Tigers. There's a free ball over by Grinnell. Over now to Indianola. Set to the near set, and they're going to call two-hand hit that time on the Indians. That's as much a judgment call as a block charge is in basketball. I've talked to volleyball officials. That's the hardest thing for them to go. It is not based upon the way the ball spins, I found out. There's other things they look at. But it's mainly a judgment call. There's that quick step. Nice diving play by the Tigers. Wow. Shiloh Smith dove down and popped that up, and Tigers are lived to keep playing. There's a kill attempt by Overton. Her attempt goes long. Indians wanted somebody to touch it, said they thought there was a touch. No touch by the officials, and Tigers get the point, and we are tied at 9. Serve up by the Tigers. Shiloh Smith with the serve. Bumped up by the Indians. Back row attack. Ball is hit long by the Indians. And Tigers lead 10-9. And Ken Hallis says enough, wants a timeout. Tigers lead on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
The Tiger Sports Live Stream Network is brought to you by Polley's Pizza.
All right. Again, many thanks to not only Polley's Pizza, but all our fine sponsors helping us make this broadcast possible. Tigers with the lead, 10-9. Smith with the serve, bumped up by the Indians. Set now to Overton. She puts it down, passed up by the Tigers. Over now to the set attempt. Tries to go for the back corner. Nice play by the Indians to dig it out. Short set to the middle. That was tipped by Grinnell. Falls in play anyway. And that's a point for the Indians. There's an example of that short set. The setter was in the middle. Instead of hitting it way high up in the air, way above the net, she hit it just about a foot above the net. The middle person comes in quickly and hits it home. Tigers were there for a block but got a piece of it, but it falls down into the Grinnell area for a point, and the Indians tied up at 10-all. Tori Runyon serving. That ball was service ace. Got back in the far right corner there, and the Indians take the lead 11-10. Again, best 3 out of 5 sets. Each set is to 25, and you must win by 2. If we get to a 5th set, they go to 15. Again, win by 2. Serve up by the Indians. Passed up, middle attack by Grinnell, right down the middle. Greta Dodd off the set. And Dodd puts it home, and we are tied at 11. I'm sure if your coaches Stensrud and Sharp, you're loving the energy from Grinnell. I see a lot of emotion, a lot of spring, and a lot of emotion. So hopefully the Tigers can keep this going. Serve up, handled by the Indians. Attempt by Overton. Let's see, they call a net violation on Grinnell. One of the Tiger players touched the net. That is a violation. You cannot touch or be in the net in any way. And just like in basketball, where some officials call it tight, some let it go. I've seen some officials let a little brush of the net go. Others, if you touch it in the slightest sense, it's a violation, they call it. So there you go. Moral of the story, don't touch the net. Tigers with a kill attempt, tipped by Indianola. Nice play by the Indians. Kill attempt back by Nelson. That ball goes long, and Nelson gets the kill. And Indianola leads 13-11. By the way, a kill attempt doesn't necessarily mean the velocity of the ball has to be hard. You can have just a ball lobbed over, and if it leads to a point, that's still considered a kill. So the velocity of the hit does not make for whether it's a kill or not. Set is up. There's a shot right down the middle. Ashley Hollingsworth getting set by by Isabel Hart. And Hollingsworth puts it away in the middle where the hole was, and the Tigers trail 13-12. Serving now for the Tigers is Ashley Hollingsworth. Serve up by the Indians. Pass over to the middle, and the Indians just have to play it over as a free ball. Ooh, a quick set. Nobody wanted to take it. Almost fell to the ground, but Tigers got it over. There's a kill attempt by the Indians. Aspen Nelson swing and a miss. The sophomore with his 148 kills has a miss on that one. Hits it into the net, and we are tied back at 13. And now Tigers set to serve here. Still in the first set. If you just joined us, Tigers tied with the Indians 13-all here on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network on YouTube. There's another kill attempt. That time Tori Runyon, a junior 5'9" setter, was set for the outside running set and just didn't quite get enough on it or kind of mishit it. It went into the net, and Tigers get the point and the lead, 14-13. Hollingsworth set to serve. Ball's up. Pass by the Indians, a bad pass that time off of Bryn Bishop, and that's something you just don't see. Bryn Bishop pretty steady back there, the junior defensive specialist libero. 126 digs, 27 serve aces. The libero, which is in effect the captain of the team, but an error there, and Tigers lead 15-13, their first 2-point lead of the set so far. There's a setup by Bishop. Just a free ball over. Indians do get over. Short set to the middle, and the Tigers pound it home. Hollingsworth sets Strovers, and Strovers finds a hole in the middle. And Tigers have hit that hole 3 times that the Indians are leaving. And now the Tigers are up 16-13. Hollingsworth still serving the ball for the Tigers. Line drive serve played up by the Indians. That goes out of bounds. A serve-receive error. Another point for Grinnell. It's 17-13. Coach Ken Halstead is going to make a substitution here. Zoe Belt coming in. And Hollingsworth gets the ready-to-play serve, and here we go. Ready-to-play signal, rather, and here we go. Serve right to the player who come in. She plays it up. Middle set over to Nelson. Blocked by the Tigers. Aspen Nelson's attempt blocked. Over to the right side now. Indians with a great kill attempt. Bumped up by Grinnell. Played up by Hollingsworth and over the net by Smith. Great hustle by the Tigers. Here's another attempt. Nelson up to hit, blocked partially by Grinnell. We have a violation. Grinnell was in the net. And so after all that, good hustle by the Tigers. It does not negate the effort put forth by the Tigers. Good hustle, good energy from the Tiger Volleyball Club. And Indianola gets the point, 17-14, Tigers with the lead. Bishop with a serve. That serve, Bishop tried to drop that in just long. She has all those service aces, leads like right up there in the conference leads with service aces, has 27 on the year. Could not get that one to drop in. Point to the Tigers, 18-14, and they get the serve. McClellan with a serve up by the Indians. Short set to the middle. Attempt by Peters was bumped up by Grinnell. Over now to Shiloh Smith. She gets it over, a free ball. There's the pass set to the middle to Kaylee Peters, and that time the senior knows what to do with it. Hammers it home with a nice kill. Indians with the point, and they close to within 18-15. Macy Lurseth back to serve. 5'6" sophomore defensive specialist. And there's a serve up. Played up by Grinnell. Short and just right there at the net, and that leaves that open for just that. Once the ball crosses the plane of the net, if you imagine the net going all the way up to the ceiling, once the ball crosses that plane, then the defensive player, in this case Indianola, can reach across and poke it through. They can't reach over the net and make a play, but once the ball crosses the net, they can. And that's what they did, and they get the points, 18-16. Tigers with a quick set, and the kill attempt gets the back corner. Wow. Bailey Strovers off the set from Hollingsworth. Hammers it home. Very important, nice thing to see. The Tigers, they had a couple little hiccups there, and it went back and forth, but they responded. They kept the energy up, and they struck back, and now they lead 19-16. Serve up by the Tigers. Pass over to the setter. Nelson tries to get it over. Bumped up by the Tigers. There's played by Indianola. Pass to the center. Hodge with a short set to the middle. Blocked by the Indians. Set up by Bishop. Over now to Nelson. It tips off a player, and it tips off another player. It falls to the court. And that time, we got a glimpse of why Aspen Nelson has 148 kills on the year. She really timed that jump perfectly. Had a chance to gather herself, really go up, and unload on that ball, and put it home. 19-17. Tigers with the lead here in this first set. On the Tiger Sports Livestream Network on YouTube, Chris Juni, Dan Walker with you on this Tuesday night from Tiger Gym. Here's a serve up by the Indians. Played up by Grinnell. Ooh, tough serve receive there that time. Hands are just a little bit off for the Tigers. And goes awry, and a point for the Indians. 19-18. Each team gets 2 timeouts per set. Not per match, but per set. Indianola has used one. Tigers have not used one yet. There's a setup by Smith. It's blocked down by the Tigers. Right back at her. And we are tied at 19. So now the Indians, after trailing 19-16, have scored 3 straight, and it's now 19 all. Here's a serve up by the Indians. Played up by the Tigers. Set to Hollingsworth. Over now to Smith. She just gets it over. It fell in the field of play, but it went behind the bar. The little candy stripe bar like a barbershop pole, and a timeout taken by Coach Stenzu. 20-19, Indianola with the lead on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 Fifth Avenue, Grinnell.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate.
All right, timeout taken by Coach Stensrud. Indianola has scored 4 straight. They lead 20-19, and they are serving. There's a serve up, and it just goes long. Wow. Aspen Nelson, the sophomore, kill leader on the team, had served 4 straight points before that one. But that one goes long, and we are tied at 20. Tigers set to serve. Greta Dodd with, or no, check that. Isabel Hart with the serve. Bumped up by the Indians. Back row tag goes way long. You can tell Aspen Nelson could not get up on top of that. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, hold your palm out up in front of you, and then imagine your hand up high, then your hand hitting it underneath. The ball's going to go nowhere but up. If you get on top of it, though, and hit down, then the ball goes down and into play. Tigers lead 21-20. There's an attempt by Overton. Bumped up nicely by the Tigers. There's a set to the back row. Blocked by the Indians. Played up by the Tigers. Another set. Back to Smith. Smith's kill attempt is blocked, and that's a lift. Indianola blocked it, but it came right down right by one of the players, and they tried to push it up with their hands, but you can't do that. That's considered a lift, which is a violation. Point for Grinnell. They lead 22-20. Isabel Hart to serve for the Tigers. There's a serve dropping in. Up now for a middle attack, and that one goes long as well. Kaylee Peters' attempt. Good swing, good everything, just could not quite get the ball to drop in. And another point for Grinnell. They lead 23-20. And a timeout taken by Coach Ken Halstead. We'll take one as well. 23-20, Tigers with the lead on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by West Finch Auto Plaza.
All right, we are in the first set, best 3 out of 5. Tigers with the lead, 23-20, and they are serving and have some momentum against Indianola, coming in here 14-2 overall. Tigers looking to make a statement early, see if they can close the deal out. Here's a serve by Hart. Serve up, played back by the Indians. Bump up, just going to be a free ball, so Tigers will have an opportunity. There's a pass. There's a set. Over to the right side. Kill attempt by Grinnell is down. Ashley Hollingsworth gets it down. And Tigers at 24-20 are at set point. So Isabel Hart, the sophomore defensive, or rather setter, into serve, serving for set point. Here's a serve up. Bumped up by the Indians. Played up by the Tigers. There's a set. Back over to Hollingsworth. Tipped by the Indians. Played up by Indianola. There's a set over to Overton. Her kill attempt is in. Took just a moment for the line judge to make the call, but it was in. And Indianola stays off 1 set point, and they trail 24-21, and they get the serve. Back to serve for the Indians. Senior middle hitter Kaylee Peters, 5'11 senior, leads the team with 22 blocks on the season. Waiting for the ready to play from the official. Not sure what the delay was, but here we go. Peters with a serve. Ball is up. Bumped up by Grinnell. Here comes a set. Back to the middle and free ball over. Set by Indians. Over now to the far side to Overton, and Overton puts it home again. 2 in a row for Cameron Overton, a sophomore outside hitter. And it's 24-22. Indians are saying, not just yet, Tigers. We're not going to give you this one just yet. You got to earn it. And they score 2 straight, and it's 24-22. Here's the serve up. Bumped up by Grinnell. Here's the set. Over to the middle. Kill attempt down by Grinnell. Played up nicely by the Indians. There's a set attempt. All Overton can do, though, is play it over. Bump up. Here's the set coming over. Smith with a kill, and it's long. Or rather, yes, Shiloh Smith, just long. Could not get that one down. Hit the corner. Hit the right in the spot, just a little bit long. And it's 24-23. If you're just a sports fan, you love to see the way the teams are competing. Both teams going at it and competing hard, and that's what's fun to see. All right, served by the Indians. Bumped up by Grinnell. Here's the pass. Now the set back. Just played over by Grinnell. Now the set to the Indians. Here comes Overton. Set right to the middle. That time again, what I talked about earlier, wasn't a hard hit, but as she jumped, she saw the hole in the middle, so she just tapped it right to the point. And Overton has 3 straight kills, and we are tied at 24. Again, you must win by 2. So here comes Indians with a serve. Pass up by Grinnell. Set up by the Tiger setter. That one knocked down. Played up nicely by the Indians. Over now to Overton. She tries to tip it, and that time she couldn't quite get there. A little bit out of her reach. Could not quite get to the ball in time. And the ball kind of hit the net and into the net. Point for Grinnell. And now Grinnell leads 25-24. They are serving for set point. Shiloh Smith, sophomore outside hitter with the serve. Here we go. Smith, low line drive serve. Nice play by the Indians to get that one up there. Overton goes up and hammers it home. Overton was well off the net, but got up on top of it and snapped that down. And just like that, we are tied again. Wow. Good opening set here of high school volleyball on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Glad to have you with us. We are on YouTube, and also check us out on our web and on Facebook. Serve up by the Indians, tied up at 25, set by the Tigers. Over now, Tiger kill attempt they call a violation. I believe it was a 2-hit violation. Let's see. Yep, 2 hits on Grinnell. And now Indianola on the verge of getting a set point. 26-25, Indians with the lead. And here we go, serving for this first set. There's a serve short, and it bounces in front. And Indianola, after being down 24-21, comes back, wins the first set, 27-25. Back for set 2 in just a few moments on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before, or to start with a clean slate. Because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real. And Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We are your trusted partner in everything signage.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by Grinnell Mutual and ASI Signs.
Oh, heartbreak for the Tigers. They led 24-21, had in effect 3 set points, but Indianola, to their credit, battled back, got it tied at 24, and then got 2 more, and they won 27-25. Thanks in no part to their sophomore outside hitter, Cameron Overton. Their big gun, sophomore Aspen Nelson, 148 kills, was a bit off that first set. I think she and her folks and people who know her would be the first to tell you that. She had a couple of kills, but otherwise she had some missed hits and a bunch of balls that went long. So Overton steps in, and if Aspen Nelson is a competitor that I'm pretty sure she is, she will bounce back in a big way. But so will the Tigers. So here we go. Set 2. Indians with a serve. Set up by Grinnell. Kill attempt by the Tigers. Goes down. Played up nicely by the Indians. They get it over. Wow, what a play by the Indians to get that one over. Short set to Grinnell, and that was tipped down and out, and Tigers draw first blood. Bailey Strovers gets a short set from Ashley Hollingsworth. And just like that, Tigers lead 1-0. So now the Tigers set to serve here. There's a ball up by the Indians. Tipped over now, set attempt for Nelson. And that one again, the velocity wasn't hard, but that doesn't matter. Velocity doesn't mean everything. Nelson gets the kill, and it's tied up at 1 apiece. Here's a serve by the Indians. Bryn Bishop with a serve. Set up by the Tigers. Over now to Kenzie McClellan, sophomore, has her serve blocked back, but it is blocked out of bounds. Good hard swing by McClellan. Ball goes out of bounds. It's a point for Grinnell, and they lead 2-1. Tigers now set to serve. Looks like Kenzie McClellan back to serve for the Tigers. Bumped up by Bishop, set by the Indians. Attack attempts, tries to fall it in there, and again, that time Dana Blake, sophomore outside hitter. Again, as a hitter, I know the players are taught to take a look, or their teammates are hollering out at which spot on the floor they're calling a number. So if you hear them say 5, 5, 5, 1, 1, or whatever, that's an indication of where to hit the ball. And they did that, and it's tied up at 2. There's a serve by Indianola, and the top spin, Dana Blake's top spin serve. It looked like it was going to be long, but then that top spin took over, just like a baseball pitch, Dan. It just finally took over and dropped it into right in front of the line for a service ace, and the Indians lead 3-2.
It's interesting how everyone holds their breath and looks at it. It's like, oh,
yep.
Maybe we should have.
Set up by Grinnell, right by the net, and that's just a tough pass and everything. Could not quite get that one to connect. And it goes out of bounds, and a point for the Indians. They lead 4-2. Dana Blake, sophomore, as you said, outside hitter libero for the Indians. Short serve with that top spin again, drops it, and this time played by the Tigers. Short set by Grinnell, and she finds a corner. Hollingsworth with a short set to Bailey Strovers, finds a corner on the near side, puts it home, and Tigers get a much-needed point there, and they close the gap to 4-3. Tigers now set to serve. I believe that is Bailey Strovers back to serve for Grinnell. There's the ball up. Pass up by the Indians. Here comes a set to the near side. Nelson with a set. Tipped by Grinnell. Played up by the Tigers, and we have a net violation, I believe. Okay, they did hold up a number. Okay, I didn't see a signal yet, but they're supposed to hold up their hands with a number. So a Tiger player was in the net. That's a violation, and it's 5-3 Indians. Lots of substitutions now. Cameron Overton comes back in. She had the good game there. 4 straight kills when the Indians were down 24-21 to help lead the Indians back to take that first set. Set up by the Tigers now to the near side. Shiloh Smith with a kill attempt, but again, we call it there's a 2-hand hit violation calling the Tigers. Another point for the Indians, and they lead 6-3. Indians now serving. Ball's up. Pass up by Grinnell. There comes a set over to the far side. And that attempt that time by Shiloh Smith gets it down. Blocked by the Indians, but it falls down on the Indian side of the net. It's a point for Grinnell, and it's 6-4. Tigers sub in. Isabel Hart comes in. Had a good service run in the first set. Comes in now again. As a set of that, I mean Ashley Hollingsworth will move to the right side hitter position. Overton with a kill attempt. Nice diving play by Kennedy Stewart. Gets the ball up. Indians set to play it. Here comes a set back to Overton. She hits it. Tipped by Grinnell. Played up by the Tigers. Here comes a set over to Smith on the far side. Smith kill attempt block. Up again in the middle. Short set to the middle. And hammered home. That time by Greta Dodd. Good swing. Good velocity and arm speed. And that ball had some warp speed on it. For those of you who may be Star Trek fans, you know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, if you're not, the ball was hit really hard.
when Greta come around, you could tell by the look on her face she knew that was going to be a good hit.
Yep. They can tell when the timing's there, it's going to be a good swing. Tigers close within 6-5. Indians just have to get it over. It was a free ball, but they couldn't do that. Ball goes into the net, and Tigers, we are tied at 6-6. So you're wondering how maybe the Tiger mindset was after losing that close one, after leading so big. Well, they come back, and they were down 6-3. They fought back and tied it to 6-6 now. So nice job by the Tigers to keep fighting. That serve attempt goes long. Service error, and a ball and the point go toward the Indians. They lead 7-6. Kaylee Peters, their middle hitter, senior middle hitter, 5'11", steps in now to do the serving for the Indians. There's a serve up. Pass up by Grinnell to the setter. To the near side is Smith. Her attempt hits the net and rolls down. Not blocked by the Indians, simply at the top of the net and rolled down on the Tiger side. It's a point for Indianola. and they lead 8-6. Indians set to serve here. Ball is up. Deep corner serve. Bumped up by Grinnell. Over now to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth kill attempt goes long. Again, just could not quite get the timing down to get up on top of it. And I don't know if you saw that, but she kind of took her arm and snapped her wrist down, like to remind herself she has to bring her arm through and snap her wrist down. There's a short serve. Trying to get a little fancy with it there. Didn't quite get it to go over. Service error gives the point and the ball back to Grinnell, and it's 9-6. So once again, last time the Tigers got the serve, they were trailing by 3. Or correction, it's 9-7, pardon me. So we'll see if the Tigers can close it. Smith to serve. That serve attempt goes long. A couple of fans wanted a touch, but they don't make those decisions, so no touch ruled, and Indianola gets a point. They lead 10-7. Macy Wente, 5'11" outside hitter, comes into the game now for the Indians. And back to serve is Tori Runyon. Runyon, serve is up, bumped up by Grinnell. There's a set by the Tigers. Hollingsworth just has to hit it over. There's a kill attempt that time by Greta Dodd, but she swung and missed on it, hit it into the net, and the ball bounces down. It's a point for Indianola. They lead 11-7. By the way, my mistake, with Isabel Hart in the setting, Ashley Hollingsworth moves to the left side hitter position, not the right. My apologies. Never been wrong before in my life. Just ask my wife, she'll tell you. Service ace that time by the Indians. And they're on a bit of a roll now, and they're up 12-7.
But while we're talking about Ashley, and this is nothing bad about Ashley, but just to say how far we do reach out. So her sister Megan is up in North Dakota State.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that Megan is watching, maybe with a couple friends on YouTube live. So thank you, Megan, for joining in. I know you watch quite often your sister.
All right, and that time the Tigers got the point. A nice set attempt by Hart. Gets the kill attempt up for the Tigers. They hammer it home, and it's 12-8. Indianola with the lead and Tigers with a serve. I believe it's Isabel Hart set to go at the service error for the service error. My apologies. Serving for the Tigers. There we go. Set up by the Indians to the right side. That time big kill attempt. Big swing by Dana Blake. Sophomore outside hitter hammers it home. And it's a point for the Indians, and they increase their lead to 5, 13-8.
And my apologies. It's South Dakota State before Megan gets online and starts brutally beating me up on Facebook. My apologies there. The Jackrabbits, South Dakota State.
Served by the Indians, bumped up by Grinnell. Kill attempt by the Tigers, tipped by the Indians. Played up nicely by the Indians. Back to a middle attack attempt, just a free ball over. Tigers have a chance for something here. There's a short set to the near side. Hammered home, and they're going to call a two-handed hit on Grinnell. And again, when the setter goes up, if in the official's judgment the ball was hit with two hands instead of just by two hands at once, I'll try to explain that better next time when I have a minute, I promise. But they call it a two-handed hit. That's not allowed, and point for the Indians, 14-8. All right, Indians are on the attack. Here comes Nelson. Nelson's attempt was tipped by Grinnell. It went long, but it was ruled tipped by Grinnell. So it's out off Grinnell. Point for the Indians, and it's now 15-8. Indianola with the largest lead of this match so far. I believe in the first set, the biggest lead by either team was 3. There's a setup, bump up by Grinnell. Over now to the far side. Swing and a miss by McClellan. Tigers have to gather. I think Rachel Stensrud is going to get a timeout. She is. Timeout Grinnell. They trail 16-8 on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
There are a lot of great reasons to make Medicap Pharmacy in Grinnell your pharmacy. Hi, this is Jennifer Stallman, and if you are like me, you have a busy schedule. So why wait around to get a prescription filled? At Medicap Pharmacy, we can call or text you when your prescriptions are ready. It's a free service that is available on request for any of our customers. Of course, we also have a convenient drive-through, free weekday deliveries, and free mail-outs as well. Just another great reason to make Medicap Pharmacy your pharmacy on Highway 6 West, Grinnell.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by Medicap Pharmacy. As we come back out of the break, Chris, Junie, and I are very good friends, but we have a split side of our background. As Chris went to school at Iowa State and is a true blood Iowa State fan, as with his family. And my family is a true-blood Iowa Hawkeye fan. So we always have that little grudge. But put all things aside, we can still say we're very good friends.
Absolutely.
Out of that. So
you see those banners that have house divided. We need to get a banner that says, company divided. Tiger Sports Livestream company divided. But, of course, you probably wouldn't put Iowa State on anything. So, no, it's all good fun. It was our turn this year, and just that it worked out. So back to the volleyball. Indians serving, and they can pick up right where they left off. Service error that time. Service receive error by the Tigers. Ball bumped up behind. Tigers trying to chase it down, could not. And now Indianola with the biggest lead of the match, 17-8 over Grinnell.
I'll let a little cat out of the hat that I believe next year I might have to wear a quarter of an Iowa State shirt because Tyler is going to Iowa State next year.
There you go. He saw the light. There's a kill attempt by the Indians, and now all the juice, all the emotion, all the energy is on the Indian side of the ball. Tigers need to get something put together and need to find a way to draw on some energy. Otherwise, this is going to get away from them in a hurry if it hasn't already. 18-8, Indianola with the lead. Indians serving now. Yeah, had to wait for the ready for play. There we go. Player was ready to go, and then she realized, they haven't blown the whistle yet. There's a setup by the Grinnell Tigers. Bumped up, and let's see. This time a net violation on the Indians. Breaks that string. Unofficially, that was 8 points in a row put on by the Indians. And not that time, though. Net violation gives a point and the ball back to the Tigers. It's 18-9. Certainly not over yet. You can come back from this. Tigers just have to have that mindset that they can do it, which I'm sure they do. Here we go. Serve up by the Indians. Attempt by Nelson. That time played up nicely by Grinnell. Right at the net. Looked like may have been a reach over, but no call. Again, you have to wait till the ball clears the plane of the net, and that plane goes all the way up to the ceiling. But the official's right there, right on top of the net, a lot closer than I am. And point for the Indians, and it's 19-9. Ball bumped up by the Tigers. Here's the attempt over. Smith with the attempt. Punched over by the Indians. Just a diving punch attempt. Got the ball over. Now Tigers have to play it over as a free ball. Indians with a free set. There's a short set to the middle. And that time Kaylee Peters, the middle hitter, finds a hole in the back corner. And this set has been all. Tigers were up early. But from about 6, when it was 6-6 or thereabouts, it has been all Indianola after that. They lead 20-9. There's a serve up by Grinnell. Played up by the Tigers. Free ball over. Indians with a set to play. There's a set. A quick set over to the middle. Diving attempt by Grinnell. And Tigers get it up and over. What hustle by the Tigers. Now quickly right back to the same hole, though. Indianola got him again. That coverage, that opening was there again. And Indianola found it. And it's 21-9. Good hustle. Good effort play by the Tigers, though, to dive and get that ball up and over. Here comes the serve. There's the pass and the set. The short set to the middle, poked over by Grinnell, but right there to cover it is Indianola. A middle attack attempt that time by Sully Downey. Sophomore number 5 looked like had that attempt. And that goes in the net, and Tigers get the point in the ball, 21-10. I picture you, Dan, next year being that guy at the Iowa State game. You have an Iowa shirt on, and you lift it up like that guy, and you have a little Iowa State shirt, and you'd be going shh to the camera like that one guy did who's now, I guess he's gone viral. He's like nationwide famous or something.
Did he ever call in anywhere and tell anybody who he was?
I think people, who is this guy? There's a search on to find out who it is. Point to the Indians, 22-10 as we get back to action. There's a good set by the Tigers. Kill attempt by Grinnell. Played up nicely by the Indians. Back over now to Nelson. Her attempt was blocked back. Another attempt to Nelson. This time off the head of Hollingsworth, but it counts. Here we go. Tipped over by Grinnell. Tipped back. And there's a net violation on Indianola.
We got to get a point and a half
Ashley
out of
Hollingsworth.
that one.
Her mom somewhere's down there laughing. Her mom said, Ash and I watch everything afterwards. So if you're watching, that came in the second set when it was 22-10.
I think Jill's down there in the
your
scorer's
marker.
bench, so she's probably making a note. What just happened?
We can blow that one up, and you put that on your, when she graduates, you make that a big blow-up photo in her senior reel. All right, point to Grinnell, 22-11, but Indianola not deterred by that. They worked a short set again, and again, it's a kill because the velocity wasn't hammered hard. They found the opening in the middle, Dan, which we've seen that a lot. That middle area, you know, 4 players, the 5 players make kind of a square there. There's an opening right there in the middle, and Indianola is finding that this set, taking advantage of it. I would say 5 or 6 of their points have come off that middle opening. 23-11 now, Indians serving. Ball's played up by the Tigers. There's the bump. There's the set by Grinnell. Kill attempt by the Tigers. Played up nicely by Grinnell. A kill attempt back by Grinnell again. This time, Overton hits it. Played up by Grinnell. Over now to Smith. She tries to get it over, and it hits the net and rolls back. And it's 24-11. Set point for the Indians. Aspen Nelson, sophomore right side hitter. Back to serve for the Indians. Serve is up. Bumped up by Grinnell. Right back over to the Indians. A free set this time in the middle. Nelson with a kill attempt down the middle. That goes off the Tigers, out of bounds. And just like that, Indians win the second set, 25-11. They need 2 sets to none here in this match. We'll take this break for our sponsors and tell you you're watching Tiger Volleyball on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
Since 1999, Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars has raised scholarship money for our graduating seniors. To date, we have awarded 1,820 scholarships to GHS graduates. We need you to be a part of our scholarship community, be a part of our GHS graduates' futures, and be a part of Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars. Please consider sponsoring a senior scholarship. Go Tigers!
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by the Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars and Polley's Pizza. Let's talk a little bit about that Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars. A great opportunity, grandparents, alumni, if you want to give back to the Grinnell High School, that goes right into the scholarship program. You can either do it as sponsoring a scholarship, or you can actually just contribute to one of the scholarships that are out there. But I think last year, scholarships given, every student that signed up for the general scholarship category received a $500 scholarship. And there's been a couple of years where they've carried that $500 scholarship 2 years in a row. So it's a great opportunity for those who have kids that are in high school. Make sure they get on the website.
And isn't that really the criteria? They simply have to just sign up for it.
They just got to sign up for it.
If they sign up for it, they get the scholarship.
Yeah.
That's it.
So
that's all it is.
I think when I was visiting with Shane Hart that only like 34 or 45% of the kids in the high school senior class signed up for it. So everyone that signs up gets it. So it's money that's out there. People donate. It's through fundraisers of the Dogs for Scholars. It's just a great opportunity.
But literally, another way to think of that, and I'm not being negative, but it's sort of like somebody setting, there's $500 on a table. Well, what's the catch? Nothing. Just pick it up. It's yours.
Yeah.
There's no catch. It's there for you to take. You can take it. Go ahead.
And anyone that has, Chris, your girls and son has gone through college.
Yep.
My 2 boys at college. That's books. That's
that'll cover books.
Everything.
That'll cover books first semester usually.
That's everything.
Come pretty close.
So,
all right, Tigers set to serve here in this third set. They trail 2 sets to none. Hollingsworth with a serve, played up by the Indians. Kill attempt blocked right back. That's a great way to start. Looks like Strovers was right there in the middle to block that one back. Good hard swing by the Indians, but blocked back by the Tigers. And it's a point Grinnell. They lead 1-0. See what this Tiger team is made of. Be very easy to hang your heads and fold up your tent and call it a night, but see what happens here. Tigers, Indians up with a kill attempt. That time bumped up by the Tigers, and they're not going to get that one. Good hard swing by Macy Wente, outside junior hitter for the Indians, stands 5'11". Wente puts it home again. From the right side or left side, they're trying to go to the far opposite corner. So if you're on the left side, you're trying to go to the opposite right corner where the 2 lines meet. And on the left side hitter, the right side corner. 1-1 is our score. Serve up by the Indians. Taken by Grinnell. We have a net violation, I believe. Yes. Thought I saw a Tiger brush the net, and it was called. And so That kill attempt, even though it would have been good, is negated by the violation. 2-1 Indians. Here's a serve. Pass up by Grinnell. Here comes the set. Back to the middle. Going to be a free ball by the Indians, or by the Tigers over to the Indians. Quick set coming in the middle, and that time going up for it was Kaylee Peters. Tigers get it up and over, and then Indianola has attacked back. Here comes Overton with a kill attempt. Set by Hollingsworth now. Over to Tigers for a kill. Bumped up nicely by Bishop right there. Played back by the Indians. Bumped up by Stewart. Here comes the attempt over by, looks like Smith that time got that one. Over now to the Indians. Back row attack just to get the ball over. Here's the bump. Here's a quick set to the middle. And the timing is off. You can see the Tiger player there hanging in the air. Again, Dan, more so than any other sport. I know baseball, there's a lot of timing, but the timing has to be there. The set has to be right. The hitter has to time the jump right. Everything, a lot of pieces have to be in that puzzle right for things to work. That timing was off, and the point for the Indians. They lead 3-1. There's a save by Grinnell. Hollingsworth just gets the ball back so her teammate can hit it over. Here come the Indians on the attack. Big swing. Big kill attempt by Macy Wente. Wow, that had some zip on it there. And it's 4-1. Tigers need to keep, they had juice early. They need to keep it going. Had the right energy, right mindset, but need to figure out a way to dig themselves out of this. There's a pass by Grinnell, and just back and forth on that one. Ball goes out of bounds. 3 hits on a side, and it's a point for the Indians. They lead 5-1. Our next broadcast on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network, as we said, is this Friday. Football broadcast. The Grinnell Tigers host North Polk at TT Craney Field. We'll take the air just after 7 o'clock on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Serve up by Indianola. There's a free ball over by Grinnell. Indians played up. There's the bump. There's the set. Here comes the kill attempt. That time a deceptive swing. Wente went up like she was going to really crush it. Then at the last second must have saw an opening, so she kind of half swung her arm and poked it down, and it fell in play. And the Tigers trail 6-1. Indianola, they trailed 1-0. They have scored 6 straight to lead 6-1. Here comes a serve by Bishop. Set up by Grinnell. There's a set by Hollingsworth. Quickly over to the middle. That time Bailey Strover's on the short set by Hollingsworth. Gets the kill. Stops that run by the Indians. Tigers get the point and a serve, and they trail 6-2. Again, a short set, meaning most sets go, if you watch, they go way high up in the air, and the hitter jumps up to get them. A short set goes about a foot or two above the net, and usually the middle hitter comes in to poke it away quickly. There's a setup by the Indians. That time, Aspen Nelson. That time she timed it right. The timing was, all those pieces were there on that kill attempt. She shows why she leads the team in kills. Absolutely crushed that one home. And the point for the Indians, and they lead 7-2. Again, best 3 out of 5 sets. Indianola won the first 2 sets. They lead 2-0. Tigers up now. Smith with a kill attempt. Played up nicely by Bishop. There's a set attempt. Over now to Nelson. Her attempt goes down again. As we said, Nelson was a little bit off by her own admission and her own standard of play in that first game. But Cameron Overton, her fellow sophomore, picked it up. And since then, Nelson has shown you why she's leading the team in kills. There's a service error by Indianola. Gives the point of the ball back to Grinnell. And the Tigers trail 8-3. Still a long way to go in this one. They played at 25. Must win by 2. And Tigers set to serve. Kenzie McClellan with a serve. Played up by Bishop. Nice job. There's a set. Back row attack by the Indians. Just gets it over. It's out of bounds. Dana Blake that time couldn't quite control it. Goes out of bounds. The Tigers have scored 2 in a row for the first time in this match, and they trail 8-4. Serve is up. There's the bump. There's a set, and the attempt by Nelson that time. Blocked by the Tigers, but blocked out of bounds. It's a point for Indianola. Tigers are right there to the block, just cannot quite get their hands angled properly to make it fall into the field of play or into the court of play. And it falls out of bounds to the point for Indianola. Indians with a serve. There's a set. To the right side comes the kill attempt by the Tigers. Blocked. That time, Shiloh Della Smith, with the attempt. Blocked by the Indians. Falls on the Tigers' side, and is 10-4. Service up here by the Indians. There's the bump. There's a short set, and quickly over by Stowers, trying to find a hole, but Indians cover quickly. Ball poked up. Nice diving save by Stewart. Plays the ball up. That time Bishop sets it up. Over now to Overton, and her kill attempt goes wide. Tough thing to do there. She's on the left side. She tried to turn her body and get her hips swung around and make the kill attempt go down the left side. Couldn't quite do it. Went a little bit wide, out of bounds, and it's a point for Grinnell. Not saying she's not capable. That just makes that's a very tough thing to do. And you couldn't quite get it pulled off there. And Tigers get the point and the serve. Bump, set, and the spike on a runaround set. That tips off Grinnell. Kaylee Peters with that kill attempt goes off Grinnell out of bounds, and it's a point right back to the Indians. Tigers have just not been able to, except for one time they scored 2 in a row. Other than that, they've been limited to 1 and done as far as points scored. Indianola leads 11-5. Here's the serve. Bump up by the Tigers. There's a set by Hart. Over to the middle now. Free ball by Grinnell. Set by Runyon. Over now to the kill attempt from the right side. That is Gillian Smith, senior middle hitter. Puts it home, and it's 12-5. This one in danger, getting away from the Tigers quickly. Tigers got to dig down and find a way to string 2 or 3 points together. Serve up by the Indians. There's a pass back. Played up by Indianola. Over now to Overton. Her kill attempt was played up by the Tigers. Over now to Smith. Smith just gets it over. It's going to be wide and out of bounds. And it is 13-5. Everything going Indianola's way here in this third set. They lead 2-0. It's best 3 out of 5 sets. Played up by the Tigers. There's the bump. There's the set. Kill attempt by Grinnell. McClellan that time looked like it might have been tipped, and it was. I thought so. Tipped by Indianola. So it went out of bounds, but doesn't matter because it's out of bounds. Touched by Indianola. Point for Grinnell, and they finally break that string, get a point, and they trail 13-6. Now Shiloh Smith set to serve, the sophomore outside hitter. Serve is up. Bump up by Indianola. Middle attack that time by Aspen Nelson. Played up by Grinnell. Over to the near side. Blocked that time. 2 players waiting there. Tori Runyon and Gillian Smith waiting there to block that kill attempt. Indianola rolled 2 players at the Tiger attacker and stuffed the ball back on the Tiger side, and they get the point. They lead 14-6. Here's a serve up by the Indians. Ball popped up by Grinnell. And there's a set attempt that time. One of those in between, you got it, I got it, no, you take it type things. And by the time they decided it was a little bit too late, the ball falls down at a point for Indianola, and it's 15-6. Indians set to serve. Tori Runyon with the serving duties. There's the bump. There's a set. Kill attempt by Grinnell. That time played up by the Indians. Here comes Overton. Tries to tip it over. Played up nicely by Grinnell. There's the set. Over now to Hollingsworth. She tries a kill, and it goes wide. Oh, let's see what they're... Oh, they're saying it's tipped. Okay. No argument from Coach Kent Halstead of the Indians. So it was touched by Indianola, so Tigers get the point and the serve, and they trail 15-7. If this is ever the spot the Tigers were going to string 5 or 6 or more points together, this is it. So here we go, Tigers. With the serve, up. Bumped up by Indianola. Set over to the near side. Overton from the right side, and just like that, Cameron Overton, the sophomore, says nope. Right down the line from her side. Good vision, good technique, good form, good everything. Point for the Indians, 16-7. Indianola doing what teams are supposed to do. They do not let the other team have any type of momentum or any type of thing going. Just when the Tigers have a little bit of energy, Indianola gets a point back, and Tigers have to start all over. There's Nelson with the kill attempt, and not really a good hit, but again, the velocity doesn't matter. She found the open hole, drops it in, and it's 17-7. Indianola with the lead. Tigers trying to dig this out of this hole here they find themselves in. That serve attempt goes long. About the only thing Cameron Overton's done wrong tonight. Service error. gives a point in the ball to Grinnell. It's 17-8. Subs in for both teams. And Ashley Hollingsworth set to serve for Grinnell. Her mother, Megan, there at the scoring table. As Dan said, bump up by the Indians. Here's a kill attempt by Tori Runyon. And just like that, Runyon, Indianola finding holes in the Tiger defense. Whereas the first set and a half, and then about halfway through the second set, Tigers had those areas covered. So I don't know if Indianola found adjustments or it made some adjustment in their hitting, but now they're finding holes in that Tiger defense, and those kill attempts are dropping in for points. Tigers got to regroup in a hurry. Played up by the Indians now. Here's a set attempt over to the right side. Runyon with a hit, and that goes long, but ruling was tipped by Grinnell. And it is 19-8. And Indians now on a roll. Trying to close out the Tigers here in 3 sets. Bryn Bishop with a serve. Drops the ball in. Short set to the Tigers. Played up nicely by Indians, and that time Bailey Strovers off the short set from Hollingsworth gets the short set kill. Stops that momentum just for now. And the Tigers trail 19-9. Serving now is Kenzie McClellan for the Tigers. 5'9" sophomore outside hitter. Leads the team with 65 kills on the season. Played up by the Indians. There's a kill attempt. Bumped up by Grinnell. Over to Hollingsworth. Back down to Smith. Smith hammers it down. Was that in? No. Ruled out. Just wide. And point for the Indians, and it's 20-9. Indians looking to close this one out. There's a play up by the Tigers. There's a set. It's a free ball over. Indianola will have a chance. There's a bump. There's a set. Attempt to kill that time by the Indians. That's Carmen Christensen, a senior right side hitter. Gets the kill. And it's 21-9.
There was some heat on that one.
Little bit of heat. So Indians looking to close it out. And let's see here. Oh, we have a late sub. Okay. I thought they blew the ready to play whistle, but instead there's a late sub in for the Indians. That's number 2, Macy Lurseth coming in. Sophomore defensive specialist. Ken Halstead going to his bench. Here's a serve up. Bumped up by Grinnell. Coming the set to Hodge. Short set to the middle to Strovers. Played up nicely by the Indians. Here's the bump. There's a set. There's the attempt. That time by Carmen Christensen. And a net violation on Grinnell. And boy, when it rains it pours. Tigers. That one would have been a point Grinnell, but they had a net violation. And it's 22-9. This time another sub in. Bryn Bishop subs out. And number 6, Gillian Smith comes in. But because she's libero, Gillian Smith has to come out. And Zoe Belt, a sophomore defensive specialist, gets to come in at 22-9. Here's a jump serve this time by the Indians. And that goes way long. That was Dana Blake trying to jump serve there. Ken Halstead, they're barking out some instructions. Just to let them know, if you're going to do that, make sure you get it in play, please. Point for Grinnell, and it's 22-10. Tigers with a serve. It's not over till it's over, said a famous sage from out east years ago. There we go. Service ace by the Tigers. Bailey Strovers with a service ace puts the ball right at the feet. And Tigers get 2 points in a row. 22-11 now. Ken Halstead encouraging his troops. There's a short serve once again. Bailey Strovers finding success. So 3 in a row now for Grinnell. It's 22-12. Strovers looks over to Coach. Coach Stenzu calls the position number. Again, the positions are numbered 1 through 6. They call that. There's a play up by the Indians. Ball goes up. There's a set kill attempt by the Indians. Kaylee Peters had a little bit of a miss hit there. Was hit into the net. 4 hits, and it's a point for Grinnell. 4 in a row now for the Tigers. 22-13. Short serve that time, bumped up, taken away by one of the up players. And it's 22-14, and timeout taken by Indianola. 22-14, Indianola with the lead on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
The Tiger Sports Live Stream Network is brought to you by West Finch Auto Plaza.
All right, quick timeout there by Indian coach Ken Halstead. Again, they come in 14-2 overall, 1-1 in the conference. Tigers with a serve. Trail 22-14. There's a bump up by Indianola. Now they attempt over. Peters with a kill attempt. Bumped up nicely by Grinnell. Here's a setup. Back by Smith. To the middle. Nice diving play by the Indians. Bumped it up. Over now for a kill attempt. Played up nicely by Grinnell. A little bit of energy here. There's Smith with a kill attempt. Off the net. Played up nicely by the Indians again. Diving full out. Let's see what they call. Oh, they called 2 hits. Well, you can't fault the effort that time. Indians diving on the floor for those. Now substitutions in. Sully Downey comes in. Bryn Bishop back for the Indians. 22-15. Tigers scored 6 in a row. There's a set up. There's a set over. And the kill attempt blocked by Grinnell. Played up by the Indians. Another kill attempt for Christensen. That time she gets it off, but let's see. Net violation on Grinnell. And it's 23-15. Cameron Overton set to come in. Sophomore outside hitter. 23-15. Indianola 2 points away from taking the match, 3-0. Here's a serve up. Bumped up by Grinnell. Here comes a set to Hollinger. Short set to the middle to Strovers. She tries to find the hole. Played up nicely by Indianola. There's a kill attempt by Overton. And that time, you can tell, usually when the attacker, the kill attempt person, ever has their back arch and a leg flying up, that is no good because that means they really have to fight to get on top of the ball. And they're going to hit the ball high and with an arc, almost like a basketball shot. And that never bodes well for the hitter. In this case, that proved true as it went out of bounds. Point for Grinnell, 23-16. Here's a serve by the Tigers, bumped up by the Indians. Short set to the middle. Big swing that time by the Indians, but just long. Aspen Nelson got that short set to the middle. Normally puts those down, but just long. And point Grinnell, 23-17. Tigers with a serve. Goes up and serve it is long. And it is 24-17. Match point for the Indians. Serving now is Kaylee Peters, a senior middle hitter. Gets the proceed signal. Here we go. Serve is up. Bumped up by Grinnell. There's a set attempt up. Going to be a free ball by Grinnell. Kill attempt from the behind the attack line. Falls short. Hits the ground, and Indianola wins 25-17. So after a promising start, Tigers went, actually had 24-11 in the first one, but they lose the first match 27-25. All Indianola after that, winning the second one 25-11. This last one 25-17. That'll wrap it up for our broadcast tonight on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. We will see you Friday night from TT Craney Field for football. Grinnell Tigers hosting North Polk here on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network on YouTube. For Dan Walker, I'm Chris Juni saying good night from the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network.
This live stream is a copyright of the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. Reproduction or distribution of this live stream without permission of the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network is a violation of the law.